Welcome to Parkway Gardens, and thanks for viewing our gardening tips. Gardening tip for this week is about hardening off plants and protecting plants that are somewhat tender. By tender we mean plants that can be damaged by frosts and cold weather. This doesn't just mean annuals that you put outside, but it also means that perennials that have started to grow, such as hostas and astilbes and ferns, can be very tender if they're exposed to a late spring frost. And last night, for instance, we had a minus one for about 5 hours, and a lot of the hostas that had emerged already are quite frozen off. So what we'll show you today is a couple of methods of protecting your plants. First of all, simply putting a cardboard box from the supermarket over your plants is an excellent way to protect them from frost. It insulates more than almost anything else. Otherwise, using a cheesecloth or sheet that's lightly draped over your plants, maybe anchored with a piece of rock or brick, would be a good way to protect them as well, as long as it's not pressing down too hard on the plants. Things that are in direct contact with your sheet might freeze right through the sheet. As a final suggestion, I would say that if you don't have any other way of protecting your plants, quickly run out your garden hose, turn on your sprinkler overnight, and let the plants ice up if it's that cold. Icing up, the formation of ice will actually prevent the plants from being damaged, and we often use that at the garden center as well. Other plants that are tender, such as tropicals that you've kept over winter, and maybe some geraniums and other things, can be hardened off outside by simply exposing them when the days are warm enough in a sheltered spot in your patio or in your backyard. Remember to bring them in when the nights are frosty or cold, and that'll help them get started and get acclimatized to the weather outside. Some plants, you have to remember, are never really going to be able to be hardened off. Things like coleus just can't take any kind of cold temperatures or frost. They will just simply not do well if it's cold outside. And remember that vegetables such as corn and beans, squash, cucumber, simply don't like cold soil and cold air temperatures. They need to be sown out and planted out much later in the season. At the very earliest, we recommend May 24th.